What is up, guys? It is Joe. I am back, and today we're talking about money. It's great. It's incredible. It does a lot of different things. We're talking about the cold, hard cash today. That's what we're going to explore in today's video. K-State has some unique opportunities ahead of them, and we're going to recap my thoughts surrounding a couple of different things going on with Wildcat NIL, where Kansas State stands from an NIL standpoint, and a couple of different things. But before I do, let me tell you this. Guys, if you like K-State athletics, if you like seeing my face occasionally, that doesn't necessarily have to always be the truth. But if you like the channel, consider dropping a subscription to the channel. It is entirely free, and it takes like 6 seconds out of your day. It does help me out a lot. And at 2,000 subs, I've mentioned it before, we are giving away a lavender quarter zip. Last time on the channel, I did it at 1,000 subs. We're going to run it back again because I think it's a cool way for me to give back to you guys, because I'm so appreciative of all the support on the channel, guys. It has been an awesome year, and I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch these videos as they come out. But guys, let's start here. $1 million. I'm not going to go Dr. Evil mode with the little $1 million. That's a lot of money. Now, I'm not a rich man. I just got out of college, so of course I'm not a rich man. I am not really in the sense where I understand much about money outside of like, money's good, saving money is good when possible. Yeah, that's about all I know. But the one thing that is never lost, even if you don't know how to do XYZ thing, if you struggle with taxes, if you struggle with checks, if you struggle with whatever, the one thing I do know is how imperative money is to success. Guys, I'm not going to beat around the bush. First things first. Thank you all so much for taking the time out of your day to subscribe, to donate, to do whatever you can to Wildcat NIL as a monthly donor. Guys, if you haven't checked, the numbers have been massive. It has been a massive increase over just 1 month. The tweet from Wildcat NIL that they put out basically started this way. From the day they started the Spring on the Cats campaign, I think I don't have it pulled up, so I hope I have the name right, but that's the idea where every 100 or every 150, 200 monthly donors we got, there was a massive donation unlocked. We flew through those dang tiers, folks, and we're not done. We still have more to do, and I'll talk about that here in a sec. But we absolutely smacked the fastball 450 over the dead center wall. We're in the fountains with that thing. K-State fans showed up in numbers, and they supported the collective, man. They supported Wildcat NIL. I want to say, first things first, if any of you watching this video did it, thank you, guys. We had some awesome comments in the last video I talked about. Basically, people saying, you know, I needed to hear different reasons why NIL is important. I needed to hear, you know, that other people around me are doing. I wanted to do XYZ thing, whatever I can do to give back. Guys, there is a lot of people that make money in the NIL space. There's a lot of athletes that are getting paid well for their services, for whatever the case is, to transfer different places, to do XYZ thing, so on and so forth. But think about all the players that sit at the end of the bench, that play 4 minutes a game, you know, for 2 games, that check in on senior night, they don't play. Those people have NIL opportunities, so when their family comes to town after the game, they don't have to go out to dinner and worry about, you know, travel costs. They don't have to worry about buying dinner. Their student athlete, even if they're not making, you know, 6 figures, they have access set up to, hey, mom, dad, I got this one. Think about the awesome things that NIL does do. The reason I'm so encouraged about K-State and Wildcat NIL is that there's not many programs out there that have the culture and the faith that transcends sports, that transcends players, that transcends coaches. Kansas State has always had that. That's where you see stability. Chris Kleiman does a great job of talking about it. Providing stability in an unstable landscape. That's what you're doing in college football, college basketball with the NIL stuff. We don't lose sight of a lot of our guys. You don't lose sight of your core morals, your core values. Kansas State does a great job of that. Guys, you all are such incredible people. Every single one of you supporting, every single one of you helping out. And even those that haven't moved to a contributor yet, I saw a good text or a good comment saying, hey, I moved from the sidelines to a contributor. That was a great way to put it, man. People sometimes forget that their $10 a month or whatever money you donate matters. People say, well, I mean, that's $120 a year. What is that going to do for a collective that needs 5, 10, whatever the $1 million amount is? I don't know off the top of my head, but I'm just tossing that out there. So many people look at themselves as just a number. Well, whatever, you know, I'm just giving $10. It's not going to do anything. They're not going to go win a national championship because of my $10. Guys, if everybody thought that way, we'd have $0. In the last month, Wildcat NIL has more than doubled their monthly donors, and they have cruised through multiple tiers. In your mind, you may feel like you're just one person. How can I affect it? It is such a cliche to say it, but guys, the ripple effect is real. Think about the positive change that's already happened in 1 month. K-State blows through the 500 tier. They blow through the 500 amount of donors, and they get a massive thing. I think it was $100K off the top of the head, a $100,000 donation. We got to 500 fast. I made the video basically saying, hey, the goal is to get to 1,000 by football season, and we're cruising. You turn around a couple days later, maybe a week or two later, guys, we just hit 750 the other day. We have a $500,000 donation that's already been signed and sent to Wildcat NIL. We got that thing wrapped up. We took care of what was our end. They now benefit from it, and we all benefit because we get a championship caliber team in the sports we love. Guys, I'm tossing it out there. We have one challenge on our plate right now. There's going to be more down the road. There's always more adversity. There's always more challenges. Folks, $1 million is a buttload of money. That is a ton of money. That is a large portion of any major sports NIL budget to bring the right players, keep the right coaches, so on and so forth. We have an opportunity to get a quick, cool milli sent off to Wildcat NIL. And all we need is to get to 1,000 donors. Now, I've said in the last video, my goal is to get there by football season. Guys, you flip that on its head. The goal is now. We can get there now. All it takes is moving from the sidelines to becoming a contributor. That's $10 a month. The national championship game is currently going on as I'm recording. This is halftime-ish, probably leading into the second half. You're probably paying $15, $20 in a subscription service to watch that game. You're probably doing the same thing with ESPN Plus or Netflix or Hulu or Prime Video, whatever you're watching. There's ways that we can contribute towards a national championship, towards a Big 12 championship by moving from the sidelines to becoming a contributor. I say all this to say two things. The first things first, and I want to stress this because I don't want to just say, yeah, nice, now what's next? I don't want to always just say what's next all the time. I want to express how stoked, how passionate, how excited, any adjective I can use. I want to tell you how proud I am of our K-State fan base. Because we went from a space where, I said it in the video and I was pretty blunt about it. I said, there is no way in hell that only 300 people out there are willing to donate to Wildcat NIL. There is so many more passionate K-State fans out there that are willing to contribute. And I was correct with that. I'm not going to sit here and, put myself on a high horse for saying, good for you, Joe, you were right. But you guys proved me right because the passionate people showed up. And I'm not saying you're not passionate if you're not donating. That's not the case because everybody's financial situation is different. Trust me, I get that. But we showed up in numbers, and that's incredible. Guys, it took like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. In 1 month, we doubled the entire amount of donors to the collective. That can happen all the time. This increased brainwave, this increased focus of Wildcat NIL at the forefront of college athletics. What can we do to help? That's the thing we should ask ourselves every day. If you're donating, that's awesome. What can you do to do one step more? Not just, add more money, not just help people. Toss a retweet out there on some of their posts. Toss something out there to encourage other people to donate, to support. There's a ton of different ways we can help. But every single person watching this video deserves a pat on the back, a fist bump, a hug, whatever you want, because you absolutely answered the call. I mean, seriously, Kansas State has the best fans in America. There was no way in hell we weren't going to show up. That's what I learned from this process, and I knew that already. But it's so great to see that reaffirmed each and every day. And that's partially why I love being on this channel is because you get to interact with people that, come from every single different wavelength of life. Your background might be different. You may have ended up at K-State for this reason. You may have transferred. You may have did this. The one thing that's always passionate is how much you love where you were at in life at that time. How much you love Kansas State, how much you love the coaches, the players. You understand what it means to be a Wildcat, and that's what I was seeing this month. The second reason, this is kind of the end-all be-all, there's a bag, $1 million on the line. We are already past 750 monthly donors. Guys, we get to 1,000, that $1 million, that cool milli is coming home with us. That's going to Wildcat NIL. That is a chunk of money, folks. You want to talk about getting to the dang natty, you want to talk about getting to the college football playoff, getting to the NCAA tournament, these are the steps we take. Because to you, you might feel like a one out of 250 person. Guys, 250 people, it takes one person to make a change. You say that, you post a screenshot of your donating slip, and you encourage maybe one or two people around you. They encourage people. Guys, we get there in a week and a half. I mean, that's what we're seeing with Wildcat NIL, and I want to say how stoked I am for that. Because we're coming for that 1 milli. We're leaving with it. Absolutely. So I challenge each and every person watching this video to hit the link in the description. I've got the link posted in there to Wildcat NIL and become one of the 250 to get us to that 1 million. I'm not doing the math off the top of my head, but $10, 250 people. My brain tells me it's $2,500 a month. I could be wrong on that. Not really a math guy, so that's on me. Guys, that is an incredible thing. And if you can be one of the people that helps us get there, whether you're the first subscriber to Wildcat NIL or you're the 1,000th subscriber, even if you're the 1,001st, you played an integral part in laying the brick foundation of what's going to get Kansas State into the next wave of college athletics. So guys, I make all that to say that we need to get this bag together. One person at a time, we are going to get there. So please consider doing that. But guys, I'm going to get out of here. I just wanted to issue that challenge because I know that we are going to step up together. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I will talk to you soon. Go Cats.